All right, that brings us to our top five segment of the week. We started doing this last week, and Katie and I, we started two new segments last week, and we're going to
Mhm.
use both of them again this week. So these are both going to be new to David because with David, we did the National Days of Celebration, and we're pausing that for now. And this one is the one that replaced that one. This is called Top Five. And so, what we're going to do in top five is we are going to try to rank our top five of whatever the topic is. And this week's topic is social media platforms. And so, basically, how we're going to do this is we will go in reverse order. We'll go number five, four, three, two, and one. And each one of us will name what we think is our top five, basically. So, fifth place for me, I have Facebook. And I will tell you why I have it as number five. I like Facebook, but I feel like Facebook is for, I want to say, antiquated people, right? People that are a little bit older. I don't want to say boomers because that might make some people mad, but that's essentially what I'm talking about. It's kind of the older crowd. But the reasons why I have Facebook at number five is simply because their algorithm absolutely sucks ass. Anytime you share a link to something outside of Facebook, it absolutely buries your content. Um, and really, the only part of Facebook that I enjoy, and the reason why it even makes my list at all, is Facebook groups. Because once you have a group, those people are actually going to see the shit you share to the group. But for some reason, like your personal profile, your business page, your artist page, very difficult for people to see that content on Facebook if you're not like boosting it or sponsoring shit or
Mhm.
whatever. What say y'all for number five?
So wait, I need more in depth. Are we talking about like for ourselves, like what we use to promote ourselves, or like what we like the experience of more?
Just what your top five social medias are, whether it's business related, personal related, whatever your favorite five are, and what the reason is for that ranking, essentially.
Okay, deal. So my number five is going to be Reddit. And I just love Reddit, but I just don't put anything on there. Like I get on there and go like look at everybody's stuff, and it's so great when you're looking up. Especially me, I look up all kinds of shit that Google just is like, I don't know what the fuck you want from me, and then Reddit pops up. Love that, love that. That's my number five.
And David?
I'm gonna go TikTok just because uh, they. I love discovering new music, but unfortunately, recently I uploaded a snippet of my album slash movie to the platform, and they deleted the video because the sound violated community standards. There were no vocals, there were no lyrics, just the sound of the music
Yep.
violated somebody else's standards, and so they took the video off. So now I use it to make little reels, but other than that, China knows enough about me.
And that's the funny thing about TikTok as well is it just takes one person to flag your content for them to remove
Yep.
it, and then you have to fight it. And as somebody who has a political TikTok, I know this all too well. But we'll get into that here in a minute. My number four I have is also related to Facebook, but I have it as a separate app because it is a separate app, and that is Messenger. I like Messenger just because it's kind of my de facto text message. I don't have to have somebody's phone number. Typically, I can get in contact with anybody whenever I want. The only thing I don't like about Messenger is for some reason, like, uh, people won't see your messages, like, especially if they don't have the app downloaded. So, like, if you send a message to somebody on Facebook, they should see it whether they have the Messenger app downloaded or not, and they don't have it set that way. So that's why I don't have it
Yep.
higher. Katie?
I'm gonna say Facebook. I love Facebook just because, first of all, stalking is the best on Facebook. Um, and you get to, everybody posts all kinds of shit, and it's so funny to see the audacity of a lot of people. It's just like Love it. And I mean, I post shit on there and get a reaction. It's funny sometimes. All the old people are like, "What are you doing? Black lipstick?" Fucking hilarious. Love it. Um, shit like that.
And David?
I'm gonna go Snapchat just because it's basically Instagram, except your shit deletes after like a day or two. So it's like, what's even the point?
Right. Now, I did want to talk about Reddit because I see the allure of Reddit. I'm just not at all,
And it,
like at all on my good at it. Like I don't even know where to start with it, but it's probably something I need to
see,
learn because it would help with the
you would
podcasting.
you would thrive on Reddit. I love it, and I got the app. Okay, but I forgot about it because I'm ADD as hell. But I did enjoy it when I was messing with it.
I will definitely have to check it out for sure. At number 3, I have TikTok, and I freaking golly, TikTok is the bane of my existence. TikTok is my bathroom social media. I am not even shitting you, and pun intended. Literally, if I go to the bathroom, TikTok is what I am looking at. If I am waiting for my food to cook, TikTok is what I'm is what I'm looking at. And I mean, TikTok, I feel like the algorithm for TikTok is really good if you know how to mess with it. And we're going to be talking about social media here as one of our topics tonight, too, separate from this. But so I don't want to get too far into it. But I like TikTok just because of the mindless hours you can put into that app without even realizing that time is going by. Kadie, what do you have at number 3?
I have Snapchat, so I don't have TikTok because, well, I'm a boomer. That's all I gotta say. I'm a boomer. I don't like all the kids' bullshit. Pisses me off. I see the funny recycled ones over on Instagram or Snapchat, which is why that's my next one. So, I mean, that's all I need, and I miss all the other stupid ass shit. So, Snapchat's my favorite. Not my favorite. Number 3 as my favorite. Um, because first of all, love that it's temporary. Because I could be like, oh, I feel kind of cute right now, and then it not be there like a year later, and I'm like,
Mm,
you know, I like
yeah.
the temporary thing, and you get to see who's fucking around with you, who sees you, who's watching what you're doing, kind of shit. And they have like good, I don't know what they're called, like they're like reels things, but they have like segments, like they have like episodes,
Hmm.
like short episodes of stuff. I like that a lot. I get lost in that shit for hours.
Yeah. David?
I've really recently understood the beauty of the social media aspect of YouTube. So I'm going to put YouTube on my 3 because you can actually post now and you can actually send money to the people that you support and they send money to the people that support you. So I will support Johnny TV or Arkansas and they'll come on our show and they'll support us.
Yep.
So I'm in the fledgling area of that, but I'm seeing the social value of YouTube lately.
I absolutely love that commentary, man. I really, really like that a lot. YouTube is my number 1, and I'll get to that in a minute. And number 2, I probably will be the only one here that has this in our top 5. And I think, honestly, it is very underutilized. And that's the app that we're recording this on, and that's Discord. Um, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was terrified of Discord just because of how much it looks like it entails. And I'm still very, very afraid of the app because there's so much involved with it. But what I love about Discord, from the perspective of somebody who has a brand, and all 3 of us have a brand here, so you guys can kind of probably commiserate with me on this. I feel like Discord is great because you can build your own private community on Discord. You can have your own voice channels set up. You can have chats and voice and video chats. You can have different channels within your Discord with different ats for each one of those channels as well. For example, if I have a channel for the Chris and Kadie show, I can have an at for that channel and people can opt into that at. So maybe the at is at TCKS. So if I type that into the Discord channel at TCKS, everybody who's opted into that channel automatically sees that content. And that makes it extremely easy for me to reach the people that want to be reached. Whereas
Right.
on platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of those other places, you are 100% relying on two things: the algorithm and the tagging on that app. And neither one of them works on any of those apps.
Nope.
In Discord, you don't have to worry about that because it's almost like a newsletter where people are opting into what they want to opt into and not opting into the things they don't want to opt into. And those are the reasons why I like Discord. Kadie, what do
I
you got
want to
for
get
number two?
involved with Discord, but I'm never that and like Twitch. I've always wanted to be like a part of the community and
Right.
shit, but I just haven't ever delved. But I've been thinking about it lately. I need to. Number two, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got Instagram.
Okay.
Same kind of thing as Snapchat. You got the recycled TikToks, but there's a little more bullshit. But I really love Instagram because like I follow like a lot of piercing pages. It's a lot of like tattoo artists, shit like that. On Instagram, a lot of musicians. I feel like it's it feels more intimate than like I don't know, like YouTube, TikTok, any of that shit. Like it feels like more one-on-one because like you're following people, that kind of thing. Um, but also like you have a For You page. That thing has figured me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I go on there, it's so bad. Okay. My Instagram either consists of piercings, tattoos, awful humor. I'm saying awful. Like laughing at children with disabilities, awful.
Wow, Katie Lynn. I
And
can't believe
crackhead
it.
shit. And crackheads on the street. That's what happens. And
That's
then
great.
the other half would be just like makeup and shit. But the
Yeah.
other third.
See, Instagram didn't make my list only because it pisses me off that I haven't figured it out yet.
See, I feel that. Like I haven't figured out the algorithms at all. Like I have quite a few followers, but I only reach like 500 of them or
Yeah.
so. I have no idea how to do that
I
shit
mean, I've
either.
got like
But
600
I like
followers
looking at
on
it.
there, but like I'll put a short video out and I'll get like 7 views on it. Whereas like everywhere else, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else, I'm getting 700-800 views on these
Yeah,
things. And then
that's what I'm
Instagram
saying.
is like 6. You know what I mean? Like, why am I even doing this? Anyway,
I
David,
have
what's your
like
number two?
17.
Go ahead, Katie.
Oh, I have like 15,000 followers, and lately I've been getting like 300 likes on a picture.
I would
Like that's
kill
nuts.
for 300 likes on Instagram. Are you kidding?
Well, but compared to like 15,000 followers, like that's kind of
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I get it. Like it's a small percentage for sure. Go ahead,
yeah.
David. Number
Anyway,
two.
Lot of bots out there, so gotta
Yeah.
beware of that.
Yep.
My number two has got to be Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X, so just fuck you, Elon. But I love Twitter because you get up to the second news.
Hmm.
And if you were watching the TV as I was in May of 2020, you value that up to the second news when you find out that every city in America is on fire. So that was very beneficial for me. But also, Twitter is the refuge of a lot of writers, and I love authors. And so I've been able to get a hold of a lot of authors through Twitter, whereas Facebook, Instagram, they're not really on that. But you look at, Dan Brown or Dan Franklin, or I know everybody hates her, but J.K. Rowling, you can access an author a lot easier on Twitter than you can any other. And
And
I have a soft spot for the written word.
I feel you on that. And it's not just authors either. I feel like the space for creators on X/Twitter is definitely easier to ferret out in a way. As a creator myself, I'm a gamer, I'm a content creator, but also like the streamer space on there is flourishing. Authors, sports, movies, video games, like there's if you're looking for something specific, community wise on Twitter, it is definitely the place to be. I feel you on that, and I feel like it's probably the one that is the most similar to the MySpace feel that we had 20 years ago, 25 years ago, however long it's been. God, it's been a while, Tom. Where you been at?
The beautiful thing about Twitter, you actually can say anything you want. Anything.
Yeah.
It is just Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome on there.
Go ahead,
That
Katie.
is true. I barely get on that shit, but I'll see like reposts everywhere if it's something crazy. I'm like, people are just like unhinged on TikTok. I fucking love it.
Well, it's
TikTok, what?
not just
Twitter.
that, but golly, they almost have like full flesh porn on there now, for crying out
Oh
loud.
no,
Like,
they have full. No,
yeah,
it's there.
yeah,
It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
over.
So like,
yeah. I've seen that too.
people would be like, "Yo, you know, like when I'm streaming live on Twitch, they'll say, go look at Twitter,' and I'm like, no, like I'm not. I'm absolutely not scrolling through Twitter on my stream." But one thing I've since Elon has taken over from Twitter, one thing that I'm very concerned about with X/Twitter is like you will see things that are trending, right? And that's why I go on Twitter, is because I want to know what's trending. I want to know what people are talking about, especially for a show like this that Kadie and I are doing. Like we're trying to stay up to date on shit with this show. So I'm staying up with the trends and stuff on Twitter, and I will literally see trending shit deleted as it's trending. That concerns me because that means somebody doesn't like what's trending and doesn't want people to know that it's trending, and they've removed it from that list. I don't like that. That's not cool in my opinion. But anyway, that's number 2 for David Jarvis. I'm trying to keep track of this. I probably won't. But anyway, my number 1 is YouTube, and YouTube is I have it at number 1 for a lot of different reasons. David definitely touched on a few of them earlier. One thing I do want to talk about as well that a lot of people don't know about yet with YouTube is you can @ people on YouTube now. Not just in your community tab, which is almost, again, like a timeline, like a Facebook feed. You can have your own little dashboard, your own little community area, which people don't even have to be a part of your channel to see, which I think is cool. That's the new social aspect of YouTube. But you can @ people in that section. But you can also @ people not only in the description of a video, but also in the title of a video. So if I want to @ Katie Lynn, like, hey, here's me and Katie at the park, I can @ her in the title of the video, and she will get a notification of it now on YouTube. This is almost like maybe 3 or 4 weeks old, maybe 6 weeks old. This is brand new. And go ahead.
Now, when y'all are at the park, is Katie making fun of the disabled people?
No, so we keep her away
Probably.
from we have to keep her away from disabled kids whenever we go to parks.
And crackheads.
And crackheads
Man, I will so fuck
and
with that
tattoos
shit.
and piercings and oh god. So we're gonna try to film like for this show. We're gonna film an intro or whatever eventually, and it's gonna be like little snippets from that you would see from like an '80s sitcom, you know, like Three's Company. Like we're gonna do like little scenes like that eventually. So yeah, I'm hoping there's no disabled kids out there during that, because then she'll be like the Ralph Furley of the show.
Come on, knock on my door.
Hell yeah. But anyway, so that's another reason why I like YouTube at number 1, is because unlike now TikTok's getting better at it, but YouTube has their shorts area, and then they have their regular videos as well, which is completely separate, and I love that a lot. And not only is it separate, but the algorithms are different too. So a lot of people will have a channel for both short form and long form content. For me, I use both on my channel. Probably shouldn't, but I do. And the reason why I like it like that, like TikTok, for example, TikTok has just recently allowed it so that you can post, I think, 60-minute videos now on there. I mean, think about like a couple years ago, it was 60-second limit. And now you can post hour-long shows if you want. We're almost going to be able to put a full episode of this show on there eventually. But it's still not separate. And I think that's what I like about YouTube. If I want to go into the shorts feed, I can do that on my phone. And if I don't want to do that, then they have a different section for just regular videos. They also have YouTube Kids, YouTube TV, YouTube Music. It's just everything right there. It's almost like multiple apps in one, and that's what I love about YouTube.
And on the good side, when AI takes over, then whenever you're feeling all Homer Simpson-y, you can just be like, all right, AI, Katie, and Chris, take it away.
That's right. That's right. Well, I mean, when that time comes, we'll just put like 40 episodes of this on loop and just put it in my OBS. I've been known to do that. I've been known to
Please
do
make
that.
sure it's hosted by Joe Bob Briggs.
Yep. I'm not working this week. Y'all get pre-recorded shit and you'll love it. All right, so what do you got at number 1, Kadie?
Same as you. I love me some damn YouTube. So I will say though, and this is referring to one person and one person in particular. I have, since he was a thing, Vsauce, been obsessed, and that motherfucker has been only doing shorts because it's easy or whatever the fuck. There's no more videos. I'm pissed about that. Anyway, that is really cool though.
And that's the thing about shorts. It's very easy to get complacent with shorts because, like, for me,
Like, he hasn't posted a video in like forever.
yeah, they take a lot of work. Videos take a lot of work.
And his I bet do, but like years. Like 2 years, some shit.
Mhm.
Anyway, but I have just always loved YouTube. I was very young when I discovered YouTube at like 7, probably 7 or so. And man, I started watching YouTube, and I still have my same favorite people I grew up with, still watching their videos and shit. It's awesome. I do love the community part about it. I do love it so much. And YouTube has so much shit, and it's been around for so long. You can find just about any fucking thing you can think of. And a lot of it's cool shit. I'm thinking like music way back in the day, like this band that's huge now, underground 20 years ago, kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's so cool. So cool.
I love that it's forever,
And
too. David, what's your number 1?
Well, before I say that, who are some of your favorite YouTube creators? Both y'all.
you first.
For me,
Oh, go ahead.
so for me, my algorithm is kind of wonky. It's not crackheads and disabled kids at all, but
That's not on YouTube.
I think one of my favorite creators. I watch a lot of PUBG. I play a lot of PUBG myself too on stream. So one of the creators I enjoy is a guy named Hollywood Bob. He's essentially a PUBG gamer and streamer. I also there's I enjoy wrestling interviews for some reason, even though I'm striking out over and over and over again trying to get any wrestler on my interview show. God dang it. But anyway, I love me some wrestling interviews, and my favorite channel right now is called WSI, which is Wrestling Shoot Interviews. It's a guy from the UK who just has impeccable luck in getting all of these former wrestlers on his show. It's amazing. Those are probably my two go-tos when I and YouTube is really something that I watch mostly when I'm laying in bed trying to sleep. What about you, Kadie?
Well, I mean, like I said, I discovered when I was like 7 or 8. So I was introduced, obviously, to PewDiePie. He will always be in my heart forever. He posted a 12-hour stream of Minecraft hardcore, and I've been watching it to go to sleep for like the past week,
Yep.
like an hour at a time. And also Jacksepticeye, love me some Sean. He's always been, I mean, same kind of circle. Markiplier used to love. He can suck it now. Then there's this guy. It's fucking boring and weird. Anyway, so there's this guy. His name's Rolly. He is very gay, and I'm very about it. And he is all about piercings. He has a bunch of piercings. He does like and tattoos. He does like informational videos and stuff too, which has been like super helpful for me over the years. But yeah, he's really cool.
That sounds
can't
like
really.
that sounds like Shining Nathan for me. He's a TikTok creator who's also gay. His moniker is "Your Gay Auntie," and come to find out, my wife is really, really into him. Like, really looks up to him a lot. And her friend, one of her best friends, is his best friend in real life in San Antonio. Like, had no idea. And so,
I
like,
love that.
when she found that out, she freaked out. All right,
I just
David.
remember one. Hold on, I just remember one. Uh, it's 10-second songs. He's this dude. you guys might have seen him. He has like super long curly hair, and he does like if this song and Linkin Park did it kind of shit. He's super cool, super good too. Anyway, continue.
All right, David. Number one, man.
Well, I was going to say some of my favorite YouTube creators, and helpful for you, Boston Chris. Check out OSW Review. They are old school wrestling video podcast.
Okay.
They do all the old 80s and 90s WCW, WWF.
Nice.
They'll do TNA, and every now and then they'll do A&E. And they're all from the UK. Dude, the people from the UK really get wrestling on a spiritual level.
They do.
It's really beautiful.
Yep.
And Kadie, if you're all about great chicks with great fashion sense, I would check out Queen Kyla Vera from the band Metalachi. On top of being an amazing fiddle player, she also has great style. Oh, you know,
I already got you. I already got you on that.
All right, cool. But the YouTube creators I love right now are, of course, Red Letter Media, old school. And I also really love this guy named Punk Rock MBA, Finn McKenty, and he only talks about like bands that the MySpace Mallcore or like vegan punk, and he'll do like 20-minute philosophical discussions about the importance of a band like Earth Crisis or Under Oath or As I Lay Dying. All these bands that I just totally ignored over the last 20 years that I'm now starting to get into. And I'm like, fuck, I can't believe I slept on like Pierce the Veil or Seosin. A lot of great bands that I just overlooked for whatever reason. But that's a great one, Punk Rock MBA. And then, of course, my number one social media site. I guess I'm old. I like Facebook, and for the simple reason, boost post. If you can boost a post and you know how to manipulate that, you can get a shit ton of views on whatever you're actually focusing on. With me, it's YouTube. But yeah, if you can boost something and you portray it in a perfectly worded ad without being offensive and without spamming, without using certain words to spam, you can get a lot of traction from the boost post if you know how to manipulate it right.
So just last question on this before we move on. When you're boosting a post, if you have a link in that post, do they still bury it, or are they less likely to do that?
Well, what I like to do is whatever I'm boosting, I look up the demographics of what location in the world gets the highest traction for whatever I'm promoting. So if I'm promoting an EDM track, okay, what cities in South Africa listen to EDM? Okay, Johannesburg. Okay, focus there. Okay, I want people 18 to I'm saying 45. Okay, they like this kind of music. They like this kind of music, and they will, do the sponsored ad stuff.
Okay.
And if you dossy it up properly, you can get people's attention.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to talk about that a little more in depth because social media apps and their usage and branding is one of our topics tonight.